We want to see Irazu Volcano, and it is my second attempt, but today I am feeling a lot better about this trip because it is 8 o'clock and I'm currently in Cartago, which is the stop before Irazu Volcano. Last time I was here, it didn't work in my favor. I tried to hitchhike, that didn't get me anywhere, so I had to end up coming back because it started to rain, and I had about a 30-kilometer walk if I didn't get picked up, which I did not. So this time, it is 8 in the morning and I'm finally in Cartago, and I think we'll have better luck today. Okay, so the bus actually arrived at 8:05. I got on, he said he doesn't go to the volcano. I gotta take the bus at 9 o'clock. That one goes to the volcano. So I tried to take a Didi, which is like an Uber alternative over here. And for whatever reason, online payment is not being taken. So I gotta pay in cash, which means I gotta find a exchange house to change my dollars to the local currency, colones. I got super lucky. This little store over here that sells movies decided to exchange my dollars at the actual exchange rate, which was pretty cool. And it's literally just across from the bus stop right there. So I didn't have to walk too much. Just had to backtrack a little bit. And now I'm waiting for my car. It is about a 40-minute drive in taxi to get up to the Volcano National Park, Irazu National Park. And you also have to pre-purchase your tickets here online at the government website for $16 US. Wow, what a view. This ride is absolutely gorgeous. Everything about it is just so perfect. And it's looking to be a clear sunny day, so we are in luck. Also, the first admission to the park that I could buy online was 9 a.m. So if you're here before that, you're gonna be the first people here, so it's gonna be good. Just make sure you buy it online. It's $16 US, and then you have to screenshot that, and that's your ticket to get in. Okay, so we just made a pit stop because we saw something in the background that we just could not resist stopping for. And this is another volcano, which is actually active, and it's called Turrialba, which is just absolutely beautiful. The views here are insane. You can even see the smoke coming out of that. All right, we have made it to Irazu National Park. There's the entrance right behind me. I'm actually the first person here and the only person here, which is, I don't even know what to think right now. This is gonna be unreal. I am so stoked. Seeing that view of the other volcano, Turrialba, I think the name was, that literally gave me goosebumps. You could see the smoke coming out of it. It was absolutely unreal. The other volcano, Turrialba, is an active volcano that you're not able to go up to, I think is what the driver is explaining to me. Like, you can't actually go to the crater, but it is very close to here. It's only a 17-kilometer drive from Irazu National Park. So pretty cool if you can check out the both and do so, but if not, I think Irazu is the one to see. We are approaching the crossroad. So we can go to the highest point, which is this way at 3.4 thousand meters, or the main park. It's like 50 meters from here. Go the high road. Gotta go the high road, especially when the park is empty. This is awesome. Not a single sound to be heard here. Look at this view, man. Look at this. Check that out. What does this say? So apparently there's a bus that leaves San Jose at 8 in the morning, and it's a direct bus here to Irazu, and then it leaves Irazu at 12:30, like noon, and goes back to San Jose, which I went to 4 different bus stops the other time I was trying to come here, and not one of those bus stops told me or knew about that bus or where I could find it or anything really. Seems like it did not exist, but that's what I read online. The route that I took to get here was taking the bus from San Jose to Cartago. It's at the Lumaca bus stop, which has a direct bus that arrives here within 45 minutes to an hour. And then from here, there's a secondary bus stop in Cartago that actually comes up the mountain. And it comes up the mountain and stops at all these little villages along the mountain as well. And that takes about an hour as well. So I actually ended up taking a taxi, which seems to be the most efficient way to get here. And on top of that, I'm the first person here, which is super cool. Yeah, so I would highly recommend that. The taxi drive up here, Didi, don't take a taxi here, apparently. they're not safe. Taxi ride cost me $20 Canadian, and the bus ride cost me, I think it was around $2.50. So all in all, $22.50 to get up here, and then probably about the same thing to get down, unless I take the bus to get down, because they will be available at that point. So I would recommend taking this route over the direct non-existent bus that I couldn't find. I jinxed it. First bus is arriving. Oh God, that's almost the first. That's okay. This hill's kind of steep, but it's mostly the elevation that gets you. At 3,400 meters, it gets a little bit harder to breathe. The view from behind me already. I probably should have tied my shoes. I wanted to save time, so I didn't. Since I'm not the first, I'll probably just do that now. Let's get booted and suited, as they say. Oh man, this is it. We are approaching the peak. The view from here is amazing. Okay, the low point looks to be the busy spot, and I see a few buses, which is great news for me because one of them might be empty or have a seat available for me, so I could probably just try and get into one of those and make my way back to town after I see the low point of the volcano. So that's definitely handy. There's a lot going on here. Seems to be a restaurant as well. Nope, souvenir shop and coffee. This huge plateau, super cool. It's all just black sand due to the ash. It's pretty crazy. And then we got the crater, which is no longer visible due to the clouds. It's only 10:30. I think the best window to get here is between 9 and 10. That's when I was able to see pretty much everything. But at this point, it's in too much, like the crater itself. The lake is mostly dried up at this point, but it's also so deep into the crater that you can't really see it from here unless you go to the high point where I was, and you could just barely see it, but still beautiful nonetheless. There you have it. That was the Irazu Volcano. I highly recommend coming here. It was a great trip overall. Pretty easy to get to, and the ride up here was absolutely beautiful. If you have time, check out the other volcano, something, starts with the T. If you had to pick between two volcanoes, I think Poas might be a little bit more volcano-y, if that makes sense. The lake here has dried up, so you don't get to see too much of that, which is, for me, the cool part at least. But everything else here, the views, the ride, and just getting here was great. Highly recommend it. This only took about an hour and a half to get to, whereas Poas takes about 4. So if you're in the area, check them both out. But if you could only pick one, I think my decision would be Poas. mainly because you can see a lake. Also, if you haven't tried grenadilla, try it. It's great. Have a nice day.